Hi guys, it's DDK and today is Saturday. I've made a video for a while and the draft league is actually going on in QuakeWorld right now, and I figured that hey, it'd be easy to make a quick video for QuakeWorld before I take my go to sleep and then get up for the plane tomorrow. Off to Milan once again to the Faceit studio, and I might have some news that I'll release about stuff I'll be doing with Faceit that extends beyond the YouTube videos that the weekly class I do on Sunday for their Sunday Cup. But here we have some QuakeWorld for the Quake fans next week. I am definitely going to be doing some demos from DreamHack, and so this one's for the QuakeWorld fans. Don't hate me, QuakeLive fans. So here we have Milton's team, Milton's primary, versus Striker's team. So for the Milton we have Laxo Milton, the captain, Moya, also known as Jebus or Yebus, and OK98. And we have Frage or Eggarth. I guess I'll call him Eggarth or Egg. We've got Striker, the team captain, unnamed, also known as XN. I believe, is that XN? I'm not sure actually. I'll have to check up on that, but unnamed is what he goes by. And we have Votary. So, interesting lineups, and we've got a dm2 here, so let's just go. Here we go. Hope the sound levels are okay. I did a little test, but I'm not sure if it was significant enough to actually give me some good levels. But here we go. Milton gets the low spawn, the rocket and the red, the standard for that. But Frage of Striker's team does get the quad, so Milton had to back away, or else he would most likely lose his life. And Frage, doing the normal thing, going to this low, trying to secure that for his team, manages to kill Milton. Great rocket there onto Milton, taking him down very swiftly. Milton had, of course, that rocket launcher that's so important on QuakeWorld, and he should be able to deny the next one. Yes, good work from Frage there. Denies the next low rocket launcher, and he will pick up this red, and everything is safe. He has 7 rockets, still enough health to survive any flooding, as we see, and hopefully his team should be able to lock down Telly behind him. But right now it's just him and Votary with that Rose rocket launchers, and Votary right now was forced through the Telly, so no one's on Telly, so really Frage has to get there. Eggarth has to get onto that Telly position now and cover this water Telly area. And okay, there are some slippers, people going through that Telly off the spawn, but it's no big deal. I feel like the sound levels of the game are really bad, so I'm just going to raise the volume here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I hope that's a bit better for you guys. Whatever, I make these videos to have fun, right? So who cares about production value when I'm doing a video this late in the night, whatever. Anyways, some content is better than no content. So we've got 21 to 10 for Striker's team. Votary running that quad into the low, something we see so often, to deny that low from the other team. Striker going to push into that low after that excellently placed quad rocket from Votary managed to take out the enemies who are residing in the RE Mega Room, and Milton is there to try and stop Striker's team getting this next quad, doing some great work from that high, forcing Votary back. Votary taking a lot of damage now, so be careful, it's quite low, only 72 health, really needs that yellow, but when is the yellow going to spawn? There's one yellow spawning soon, but it's not going to be there in time. Votary forced to go through, manages to survive and picks up the Mega, barely surviving this situation. We've got a quad spawning momentarily. Looks like Eggarth is in a good position to get that. He will indeed do it, but he's not got a lot of health and armor to work with, so he's got to be careful. He can't go too crazy right now, but he will take a few quick spawn frags right off the bat with those amazingly powerful quad rockets. Under some pressure, Milton's team, very aware where the quad is now, calling his position out, and oh no, a quad bore from Eggarth. He's going to drop that pack, and that's not going to be good news. Milton's team most likely will pick that pack up, and Votary here at the Telly will secure things, keep his team in control of this area. It's so critical to have this area under control, allowing your team to get through to the high area at quad, pick up the second rocket launcher. There's 2 rocket launchers spawn here, and controlling that Telly area where there's 2 spawns will make sure that your team has the best chances in picking all of those rockets at the quad area up. Helps your team secure those positions early on the quad, and that's what Votary is doing. He looks good so far. Is there going to be anyone coming from Milton's team though? We do have OK98 of Milton's team with a rocket launcher, but by himself it would surely be a suicide mission, and it's not one he's going to embark upon. So instead he will choose to back off, play the defensive quad setup. Let's see what Milton's team can do to try and stop Votary here. Votary, it's all on you, man. Can you do this? Can you take out these rocket launchers? We're going to find out. Doesn't find anyone at the low. Oh, there's OK98, does get a good rocket onto Votary. Votary not spamming ahead in time. Could have perhaps gotten the kill there, but instead he is stuck with low health and in enemy territory. And although OK98 is weak, he's still denying Votary that position there. So Votary, low health, managing to sneak out too big. Milton catches Milton there. Rocket jumping up. Milton is so stacked. Milton can surely kill Votary. Good rocket from Milton. Second one will finish him off. And the pack going to nothing, dying. Milton's team suddenly taking control. That quad run not good enough from Striker's team. Votary is Striker's team, and it's not going to cut it, and Milton's going to take control. We've got Milton's OK98, picks up the quad, 154 red armor, a rocket launcher, nothing better to work with than that. And let's see how OK98 plays this. They really need to get control of the low areas, but OK98 is always going to be conscious that this area is indeed under control. You've got to make sure that core area, the telly and the quad, is under control before you go on this mission at low. And here we can see it is a mission. 2 players already found a third one and a fourth off the spawn. OK98 going to kill all those with the quad rockets, no problem at all. Ah no, and does get blocked at the red, the secret red, and that's not going to be a nice situation, as OK98 does in fact die. And that is the problem, getting trapped there. You always want to try and spam rockets, but sometimes you just don't have time to spam before jumping in there. And OK98 will fall. And we've got Milton here, trying to wait for that mega. Not going to happen. Does get all the rockets though, and the grenade launcher. And we do have a quad spawning momentarily, so Milton is the quad man now. Milton picks up the quad. Milton, he's only got one rocket launcher to find. This Striker. Striker's on path right now. The only other good thing that he could be doing right now is denying the next low of rocket launcher. So those are his 2 goals. Can he find Striker? Can he deny the next low rocket launcher? Is his team going to give him the information to do the job that he needs to do? And right now he's going to secure that low for his teammate. It is spawning in 3 seconds, I think. And there we go, Milton does find Splares. Oh, it does get pushed into last momentarily. He's going to be denied that position on red mega, and his team's going to have to fall back. Striker finally coming out for the attack with the quad, having worn off. He knows it's safe. He goes for it, pushes Milton back to where he belongs at this quad telly side of the map. And Milton, right now, still pretty strong. Managed to get the red, managed to take as little damage as possible, and still has a serviceable amount of armor to try and push through this quad area and make sure that everything is safe for his team. As again, we've got another quad spawning soon, and there are enough rocket launchers of Striker's team to challenge for it, but they decide, okay, we don't have enough armor, we're going to play defensively. They pick up another red, 2 rockets with red armors for Striker's team. Milton desperately needs to try and kill those, or at least make sure he can maintain control by making sure that his the enemy team does not pick up no rocket launchers from this low area. But a Striker with some excellently placed rockets. Milton caught in the crossfire, going to take down Eggarth, pushes into this red mega, luckily gets that red in time, kills the spawners with the SSG, the quad SSG. Wonderful work from Milton there with the quad. Got to be careful. Enemy rocket launchers roaming around. Striker still around. No, Striker just getting taken down. But Votary still alive with a rocket launcher, I think, and unnamed as well. Milton, though, still looking strong. The strongest rocket launcher on the map right now. And with only 7 minutes in the game right now, we have a situation where Milton's team are making a comeback. Slowly but surely. It's not... Although, actually, that said, it is not a sure thing, because Milton is the only active player right now for his team. We do have Laxo with a rocket launcher, but he's too low to do anything. He'll most likely die. Has to make sure he doesn't drop his pack. But Milton gets the quad under some pressure, under some fire from an enemy rocket launcher. Laxo, Milton deals with the situation expertly, still survives. Cannot take any damage. Desperately needs health. Desperately needs armor. His team trying to help him out as much as possible. But Milton not going to be able to do much with this quad. All he can do is not die right now and make sure that he keeps his rocket launcher alive, because there's nothing more important than that right at this moment. And now gets enough health and armor to try a last second attempt. Doesn't really get anything, doesn't get the luck, but good attempt nonetheless. Securing that key position at the top of the lift at that red mega door to try and, but it's careful, you gotta be careful here. Those rockets coming in from the opposing team's rocket launchers is very, very scary indeed, as the rocket launcher was such big splash, such big damage in this game. does look to be a problem for Milton with such a low armor stack, but wow, gets a great rocket onto Votary. Votary not able to return it, and Milton getting a rocket kill there for almost no damage received. Great stuff there. Milton getting another quad. Oh, Milton might be able to catch Striker here. Striker with the rocket launcher attacking the nail gun area. Milton backing off, doesn't have the health and armor. One bad rocket could be in there. It is. Oh, but only 27 health left, and wow, Milton getting 2 rocket kills with very low health. If he survives this, it'll be somewhat miraculous, as Milton is known for making those crazily miraculous survivals. He is somewhat the Jesus of QuakeWorld. Again, that's very satanic. He brings crazy stuff to it that can only be classified as miracles, but finally he will get taken down. Great work from Milton overall, though, making a lot out of nothing, and that's what we expect from him, and that is why he's the captain of his team in Division 1 in this draft league. And we're going on to Moya now of Milton's team. Milton's team still controlling this telly area, and that's going to be absolutely crucial as the time moves on, because even though they're not making frags, they're still giving themselves the best chance to get that next level of control, that step up of item control, that map control, that will turn into huge leads, huge frags, spawn dominance. But it's dm2 is often about these quad rounds, and OK98 not being able to do anything, in fact just dying with his rocket launcher, not really getting anything done, really, to speak of. And again, Milton's team just have to hold this side of the map. Striker's team's relegated often to the red mega side of the map, but they've been doing a great job with it so far, because they've been keeping the score down a lot, and you would often consider a team that has the red mega side, as long as they have, to have given away a lot more frags. I mean, Milton's team has been running quads into that area of the map frequently, but it doesn't seem to be phasing Striker's team at all. Striker probably keeping his team composed as the team captain, making sure that they are on point. And with 10 minutes left in a tied game, it is actually anyone's game to take at this moment. And right now we do see that the advantage is Striker's team finally, as they have 3 rocket launches to 1 of Milton, and Milton's Moya will actually get this. If he can get a kill on Striker, it'd be huge, but unfortunately he gets killed just before the quad rocket hits Striker, making it an unquadded rocket. The quad only lasts for as long as the quad does, so if you shot a rocket and you die before it hits, it will no longer be quadded. If you are new to QuakeWorld, then here we go, we've got a kill on Laxo there, a fresh spawner, easy. Striker running this path area, trying to see what he can get done. Oh, wow. So much damage onto Striker there, taking 2 really bad rockets. All of his red armor is gone, and he will need to replenish that, get a new one. And Laxo being a little bit annoying there, but not too annoying. And Striker and Eggoff just chilling in the red mega area. They're not going to be able to attack this quad, no way. There's not enough armor, not enough time. It's possible if Striker gets this red and Eggoff goes through and gets a yellow to make an attack, but it's still, I think I would prefer a defensive play. Striker going to go to the path, he won't be able to make it to quad in time, but he can lay down some defensive rockets. Oh, actually no, he's going to get the opportunity. Gets there really quickly, no one there for the enemy team. Striker picks it up, good 2 frags off the quad, gets the splash damage, gets another kill off the spawner, and he will retreat to the path. Really needs that red armor, desperately going to pick that one up and go on a rampage. He's got no rocket launchers to kill. All the rocket launchers of Milton's team have been killed. Great work from Striker's team right now. Picks up that rocket pack. He could really do to, there we go, kills Moya. Killed the new rocket launcher. They got a rocket time as well. Off on the high, they should be able to control telly now. They got 2 rocket launchers. Unnamed is there to do that job, and Striker's job now is to run and pressure into the low. They don't have any rocket launchers apart from Laxo, who just picked one up, and Striker's team maybe not having the exact timing on that, but oh, if he can kill Laxo, if he could have killed Laxo, he would have been able to actually push into the red mega and get a lot of frags, a lot of spawn frags, provide a lot for his team, but Laxo managing to survive there, and Striker making a great rocket jump up the lift when he got into trouble. Great play, snap judgment from Striker. So we can see that Striker's team made like 30 to 40 frags out of that. So that's really what Milton's team were looking to do when they had control for so many periods of this map. And now we see that Votary is the quad runner, and not much of a contestation right now from Milton's team. Votary running freely into lower air, gets Moya. That's one. Is going to be looking to find the next one. Can he find the rocket launchers? Laxo and Milton will find Moya again off the spawn. And again Moya. Oh, Moya drops the pack. Votary is forced to go grab that. Votary not punished by the enemy rocket launchers of Milton's team. Votary is so stacked right now. He really wants to find a fight with an enemy rocket launcher. Oh, there's a really bad team rocket. Votary suddenly with no health after taking some enemy damage as well, and having to fall back to the red. And I mean, you can see how strong the armor is in this game, but the rocket launcher equally strong. If you take a couple bad rockets, that is it for you. And Milton getting the quad. This could be everything. This could be the turnaround. Milton has to survive. He has to make sure he kills the enemy rocket launchers. Right now, there's 2 enemy rocket launchers for the enemy team, Fragger, Eggoff, and Unnamed. If he can find those and kill them, there's Unnamed. He will do his team a massive boon, as they really need to get control back. But they're all so low, none of them have armor, so Milton might even want to stay on the telly side of the map to make sure that they keep this area under control, because if he goes to the pines, man, it's so scary. Yeah, Milton can't really afford to go to the other side of the map because the team doesn't really have strong enough control on this side yet. And besides, everyone's low, he's low, it would be too big of a risk. You've just got to keep the rocket launcher alive and make sure they get the next quad. It's all about the next quad. Eventually you'll get clean enough of a quad that you'll be able to make a really deep run into enemy lines, into that low RL red mega area, and try to get a good player stacked onto that red mega, running that red mega, running that low, and locking down the map, getting crazy amounts of spawn frags. Milton with another quad, the quad runner for sure for this team, and one of the best, maybe the best dm2 player around right now, and will get a good kill onto Fragger, that rocket launcher there. So it does kill 1 rocket launcher, but they still have 2 left on the enemy team. Milton needs to make sure that he can kill at least 1 more. Possible would be great, but his quad is running out. Doesn't want to risk going and poking his head through. If they can just keep denying these lows, they're doing a good job. Oh, and going for the splash damage there. I'm not sure how much damage he actually managed to do, but Milton getting taken down. Overstaying is welcome. That could be really bad for Milton's team right now. It might not seem like a lot, but if one extra fight goes well for Striker's team, all of a sudden it's going to be 3 rocket launchers to 1, and that's not what you want. But Milton's team picking up all of those high rocket launchers, very responsible there. Actually have a 2 rocket launcher advantage right now, and 5 minutes left. The game is pretty close, and Milton's team are behind, but they do again have the rocket launcher advantage. And Milton, who better to take the quad than Milton with a rocket launcher with a yellow, just enough to make a good fight happen for himself. And let's see what he does. Gets Fragger again off the spawn pretty much. Nothing to his name. Milton creeping into the low area, desperately looking to push into this red mega area to get some good rockets. Does get some splash onto Votary. Now 2 rocket launchers for Striker's team, and Striker dying there at the hardest jump, as it's known. Oh no, Milton, the lift getting stolen. This could be dangerous. No, unfortunately for Striker's team, they didn't have anyone in position to really punish Milton there. Blocking that lift can be huge, but Unnamed getting a good kill onto Milton. He's going to get another one. Laxo pretty low, but unable to finish the job and trading 1 rocket for 1 rocket. Here comes Striker into the nail gun area, and Striker dealing a lot of damage, but having to fall back. Good defense from Milton's team, but they are still so low, so maybe it's possible for Striker's team to get a good steal onto the quad. We will see, as the quad is just spawned, but that's not the case. Milton grabs that, going to go for a big run into this low area. We'll find 2 players. There's Striker, gets Striker, Votary there, defending that path with a rocket launcher. The low is up. Milton's very concerned about that, but even more, he's concerned about his own life right now as he's so low. At 9 HP, and will get boomstick down finally, and will die. So that quad run is hard to see who really came out ahead there, as he did get a rocket kill, but low was left up for Striker's team, and he did die himself, so it was actually more or less an even trade, but 3 rockets to 3 rockets, and the difference is coming much closer now than it was. So Milton's team doing a good job of finding their way back to the game. Great rocket there from AK98, not quite enough, as his opponent does survive, but he will be low. He won't be able to really help at this next quad necessarily, unless he can find some health quite quickly. Armor isn't the problem, there's huge amounts of armor on this map, but the health can be an issue. And we are on Eggoff right now, and now it switches to Milton as the quad is spawning. Milton no armor at all. Milton picks up that quad again. Milton the quad runner, but again, yeah, his health is so low, unable to do anything with that quad. And Eggoff, the camera is on you, my friend. With 2.5 minutes left into this game, you're important right now. You are important for Striker's team. Controlling this telly is a good decision. Didn't have any other players there. It's usually like in the checklist of things to do. Is there someone at Telly? It's like the first thing that should come to your mind. It's the basis, it's the root, it's the foundation of your control on this map. Oh, there was a player, OK98, set the trap at the Telly exit of the Telly area, which is such a common trap to set, and frag it, falling to that trap. It's a great work from OK98 of Milton's team to try and keep Milton's team in. There's 2 rockets for them to 1, 2 minutes remaining, quad in 7 seconds right now. As I look at the item timer, and Striker picking up a lot of items. Striker's going to be looking to rocket jump in. Can he get there in time? Not quite. Mole picking up that quad, but with no health and armor, really desperately needs that yellow. Oh, so many players in the way. 1 rocket will kill Moya if anyone can find him. That Striker misses the rocket. Could have killed Moya if he had hit that pixel perfect rocket, but not the case. Moya having to try and find these enemy rocket launchers now. A lot of pressure on Moya. He's got to do the job. His team is behind by 7 frags. 1 minute left into this game. This quad run could be everything right now, but at least it seems like he's not going to die. Oh, but unaimed, pretty stacked there. Moya unable to get that red in time. 5 frags the difference. There's Striker, and Moya will bore that pack away. 5 frags still the difference. Milton. Can Milton make the difference with this quad? It doesn't look like it. He's getting absolutely crushed by those rockets. Striker so stacked right now, and Laxo up there defending. Striker taking a lot of damage. Striker's going to get this good rocket jump up through to that quad, picks the quad up. 8 frags of difference. Surely Striker's team have won this now. 30 seconds left. Striker with the quad. 2 rockets to none for Striker's team. It was close fought, but it's looking like Striker's going to close this one out with this decisive quad run at the low area. And indeed that will be the case, and Striker showing some of his class, some of his form, looking in great shape. 55 frags there. Let's just have a look at the scoreboard. I should draw the console. What's the command for? I'll fix it later. I was just trying to think of how I can make it show more. I'm sure I know that command, but whatever. So we'll look at it on a player-by-player basis. We've got Milton with 12 rockets killed, 5 dropped. That's the important stat, how many rockets you killed. Gave 11.3k damage, received 8.4, so pretty good stats from Milton. We can see Milton took 9 quads, almost half of the possible quads that spawn. Milton took 9 of them. 9 of the 20, or the 19? 20, no, it should be 20. And we've got OK98 here with more or less even, or break even damage. 9 killed, 4 dropped. 5 killed, 4 dropped for Moya. And for Laxo, 6 killed, 5 dropped. We've got unnamed, 11 killed, 6 dropped. That's a nice stat and some good given and taken. Unnamed doing a great job for his team. You can see him the second top fragger for Striker's team. Actually a pretty low scoring dm2, I would say. I mean, not the highest scoring of dm2s. Striker 10 killed, 6 dropped. 11.1k. Well, I'd have to keep talking about this, I guess, but yeah, I don't usually look at the stats, so I thought I might do that for once. 13 quads for Milton's team, and we can see that Milton's team were in fact the losers. They weren't making the use of that. We were talking about that in the game, that Milton's team got loads of quads and they had lots of control, but they just weren't able to capitalize on it. Striker's team playing wonderfully from the down position. But anyway, the final score, of course, 188 for Striker's team, 172 for Milton's on this dm2. Thanks for the demo suggestion from Steve, who sent it to me, or Stev. He'll probably be feeding me demos from the drafts because I don't really have the time to watch them, so I'll probably get fed demos and I'll cast them, do a quick little cast. Thanks for watching, guys. There'll be more QuakeWorld, more QuakeLive content coming up. If someone can give me some CPM stuff, I'll do that as well. I miss making these videos, they're fun. So that's all from me for now, and peace, guys. Hope you enjoyed.